Good morning, Lance Brown here. Today we're going to go over the counseling intervention skills that were demonstrated in the video, and I'm going to highlight some of the things that I learned. So when it comes to the listening cycle, it was really important for the counselor to actively engage in listening by being patient and giving the client the room to speak freely. This was helpful to observe because the counselor did not rush the conversation, but did move the conversation in such a way that allowed for effective progress by asking, well, can you tell me more about that? Please, tell me more. And by using those open-ended questions, I think it allowed the client to have that necessary space. The paraphrasing was super helpful to observe because the client would state something, and then by paraphrasing and restating the facts, it allowed the client to realize what they had just said in order to move forward with the line of thinking that was going to bring about a solution. The counselor was also effective in showing reflective feeling and reflective meaning. So when the client would express something of how they were feeling, the counselor was apt to pick up on that and to highlight, just to make sure, asking more open-ended questions so that the counselee was able to then realize what it was that they were struggling with. And it also helped to move the conversation in a direction to have more information to be discussed. By using that reflective or that mirroring of the feelings and pulling out the meanings of what was most important to the clients, it kept the counselor engaged with what the client was saying and the client engaged with the purpose of the meeting. So those things were helpful, as well as the summarization of what was being said to keep the counseling on track. Another thing that I noticed when this counseling session or these counseling sessions were happening is the way that I typically think of a counseling session is it will start from A to Z and that there's going to be a journey along the way. It followed very well clearly that the journey was not finished, as we can see only a portion of what this counseling session was, and it was compressed. But it does seem like there is definitely room to observe and to pick up on some of these skills where there's a patient listener as the counselor to really situationally engage with what the client is saying, thereby moving forward in a effective manner for both parties, so that there's a trust that's involved and a learning process from the counselor, myself, and the counselee learning the skill sets that we've been trained to give. Thank you so much for your time. God bless.